Hey guys, Jamiy, and today on Roblox we're playing some more Loomian Legacy, as you can see on the screen right now. And today I'm going to go over how you can get all of the new Loomians in the part 2 of the Valentine's event, or the Sweet Treat event, because Valentine's is like quite a while away now. Like we've gone past it quite a bit ago. We just call it like the Sweet Treat events. So yeah, there we are. But anyway, in today's video, like I said, just going to go over the new Loomians. So there are actually 4 new evolution lines that you can actually get: the Roamer, or the legendary, whatever you want to call it, and 3 new normal evolution lines. And I'll say this as well straight away, just at the beginning of the video so people know. These 3 Loomians, you can get them in the wild in this area, but once you actually catch them, you can also rally them. So that's a lot easier to get them. So if you want to get like alpha versions or like PvP versions, you can actually rally them. Also this one you can because it's a roamer. So anyway, I'm going to go over them. So I guess we'll actually go to my Lumipedia really quickly then. So first off, I guess we'll talk about is the Kapoink. So for the Kapoink clan, all of these 3, like the Kapoink, the Mochi Bee, and the Guam, or the Gworm, you can find all of these 3 in the normal grass outside of this building. They're all like pretty common. I think the rarest one is the Kapoink. So for the Kapoink, once you actually get it, to evolve it into Hoganosh, you actually want to go ahead and grind some cakes. I'll explain a little bit about the cake system in a little bit, but basically, if you go to this NPC, you can open up the shop, and you want to go buy a birthday candle. Give Kapoink that birthday candle, like an evolution item, like a stone. Give it to him, he'll evolve into a Ganosh. That's basically it for a Ganosh. Next up then is going to be the Mochi Bee. So for the Mochi Bee, again, you find it in the wild, it's pretty common. To evolve it into the second evolution Totem Mochi, you need to get it to level 18. And to evolve from Totem Mochi into Mocho, you need to get it to level 32. So again, just pretty simple. It's just like an evolution, like a level up one for evolution. And same for the Guam. You just have to like level up a little bit. So for a Guam, I don't know how to pronounce it really. To evolve it into this bad boy, Odasho, you have to get it to level 14. And to evolve Odasho into Sprezza, you have to get to level 25, and you'll finally get this one. And then last but not least is going to be the new Roamer, legendary, whatever you want to call it. So for this one, it's a little bit different to other events. You can't actually soft reset this one. So if you want to go get yourself, I'm actually going to pronounce this completely wrong, Naimurare? Something to that, okay. Is a light air type, really cool typing. Like I said, I'll go over the typings on the stats a little bit later in this video, but basically what you want to do is you want to grind 200 candies, or not candies, cakes. Okay, in the bottom left you can see that I have 615 cakes. With these cake points, I can go ahead and buy a few of these. I'm just going to go buy 3. So basically for these cakes, you need to buy one of them, and then there is something over here, a pedestal, I can just go ahead and go over to and just say, hey, would you like to place a cake down? I'm actually going to activate my gleaming boost as well, because I might, you know, get a gleaming one. So basically, for your first one, you just want to basically grind a cake, put the cake on this pedestal, the roamer will appear, and you can battle it. Now then, if you run away, you KO it, or you capture it, this isn't the only one you can get. So I'm just going to go ahead and just ace disc it, because, you know, why not, right? So, just going to ace disc it, and now, because I caught it, in other events, you can soft reset for the roamer, the new roamer, and then it's in the wild. For this one, it isn't. If you want to find it again now, you have to bring it another cake. So this one you cannot find in the wild. So what I would recommend is get one of them, like I have here. This is really bad. And then go to your mastery, okay? Go to your mastery, scroll all the way down. So its mastery requirements is you have to capture one, which we already caught, and then just knock out 35 Loomians with this roamer, and then you complete the mastery. And then if you want to battle it again and catch more of them, put another cake down, and that's it. So you can get alphas and gammas by this one, and like I said, this is like a different way for like the roamer and how it works. You can't find it in the wilds, so it's like a different take. Some people like it, some people don't, but this is how to get the roamer. You can get it as many times as you want, but you need to get those cake points to buy the cakes. Now then, really quickly, I guess we'll go over the stats and their typings of the Loomians, and I'll give like people a little bit of a tip on like how the cake points work, because some people are a little bit confused, because I mean, is it like a new mechanic? So basically, let's go over the stats and the moves and stuff of the Loomians, okay? So first off, we'll talk about is the Cake Boy, I guess, first, because it's like in the Lumipedia. So for Hoganosh, it is a pure fire type. Its base stats are here. Like, it's pretty like bulky, it can hit pretty hard. It's pretty slow, so it's really good in like Bane of Haste. This is actually a pretty like good support Loomian. It has a new move called Bait. It's kind of like Follow Me in Pokemon, so if you're using like a 2v2s or double battles, if the opponent is attacking your teammate, instead if you use Bait, they will attack you instead. Also, for its rally moves and its MMs, its move manuals, for move manuals, Hoganosh gets Dodge, Rejuvenate, and Ill Will, and for rally moves, it only has a Venom Chomp. It's really hard giving food Loomians moves and abilities. It was really difficult to give them stuff, so yeah, for right now, it just has Venom Chomp. Next up is going to be Mocho. This is probably the best one for the normal Loomians. So for this one then, it is pure Ice type, and the stats, it can hit pretty hard, and again, pretty bulky, but it is an Ice type. Its defensive like typing isn't that amazing, but hey, it's alright. Its speed is pretty average, but Mocho has an ability called Sugar Rush, which if it uses its item, it will get double speed for like the rest of the battle as long as you don't swap out. So there is a new item that I want to actually talk about really quickly as well, just before we actually move on, okay? So for Sugar Rush, I introduced a new like PvP item, which is called the Chocolate Bar. So when you give this to your Loomian and you use a move, this item will be consumed. So it uses it and it gets rid of the item for the rest of the battle. You'll get the item back at the end of the battle. It's just for that specific battle. You'll use it, but let's say for example, oh, I use Icicle Trap on my Mocho. Well, now it costs 0 energy and it used the item, which then means my ability kicks in and it will double my speed until I swap out or until it faints, which is pretty darn good. So really good item, really good ability. I feel that's probably what you most likely want. Next up then is going to be also for MMs for Mocho, Dodge, Barter for move manuals, and for its rally moves, it gets Scapegoats. And then last but not least is Sprezza for the normal Loomians at least. A pure bug type, base stats, it's pretty quick. It's kind of like similar to Garabantis in a sense, I guess, but as a range attacker instead. For this, I think this also has Sugar Rush as well. But all in that low, for its move manuals, Dodge and Hypnotize, and then for its rally moves, it gets Poison Barbs and Life Drain. And last but not least, the Roamer, okay? So for this one, it is a light air type, a pretty unique typing. It only has 4 weaknesses to like Ice, Metal, Dark, and Electric, I think. So pretty good typing, I'd say. Its base stats are pretty damn good. It's pretty quick. It's pretty bulk on the range side. Can hit pretty hard as well. So this one's like pretty good as well. If you want like a personality, I think you want to go for like Nimble on this one, because that lets you outspeed Vesperatu and goes to your light type. You can just one-shot it, because if Vesperatu outspeeds you, it's just going to hit you with Slapdown and most likely just one-hit KO you. So I feel like you would want Nimble to outspeed Vesperatu. But anyway, for the move manuals for this one, it has Dodge, Hypnotize, and Barter. And then for rally moves, it only has 1, which is Peace of Mind. I didn't give a lot of these new Loomians like a lot of rally moves. I'm gonna like see how they do, and I'll try and give them more rally moves later on, okay? So yeah, so there's that. All on that then, really quickly, before we go into like cakes, let's go over their abilities really quickly. So for Kapoink, we have Caddy, which basically is, it's actually here. So if your teammate in like 2v2s or doubles loses their item, Hoganosh will give your teammate its own item. It has a Madcap, which basically if your move has recoil, it doesn't deal recoil anymore. That's what Madcap does, just its second normal ability. And its secret ability is called Sweet Touch. If the opponent makes contact with Hoganosh when you have the secret ability, there is a 30% chance it will want to keep using that same move over and over again. So let's say, for example, oh, Vesperatu uses Shadow Sprint on you. Well, now it has a 30% chance to only have to use Shadow Sprint. So if it activates its ability, Vesperatu can't use any other move now. It has to go for a Shadow Sprint or swap out, or wait or rest, I guess. All on that low, I guess we'll go over the Mocho one. One of its normal ability is Sugar Rush, doubles its speed if it uses this item. Second one is Lucky, just like secondary effects are boosted. So if I use Peppermint Breath, normally Peppermint Breath has a 10% chance to freeze and a 10% chance to burn. Now it'll be 20% for both of them. And then the secret ability is called Shakedown. It just checks what item the opponent has, that's all it really does. Which isn't not exactly the best ability. You probably want Sugar Rush on Mocho. And then for Sprezza, normal ability is Hard Candy. It boosts your melee defense by 50%, but you become weak to water as well on top of that, so kind of similar to Garbantis quite a lot. Second ability is Klinger. You just don't lose your item. And the hidden ability, or the secret ability, for Sprezza is Sugar Rush, but for the pre-evolutions, Gwyrm and Odash, it's actually defensive priority as well. And then last but not least is the Roamer, which normally it has Quick Recover for its ability, which is pretty good. If you're like poisoned or you're paralyzed, if you swap out, you're not paralyzed anymore. You don't have a status anymore. And then for the secret ability is called Incandescent, which means your light type moves are boosted by 25%, so they do more damage, which is probably the ability that you want on it, I feel like. So yeah, that's basically all of them. Now then, a few tips for the cake points, okay? Because obviously, you're going to want to get as many of these delicious cakes as you can get. So basically, for the cake minigame, this is how it works. There are 5 different machines. There's the inputs for customers, there's the batter machine, there's the oven, there's the icing, and then you have the topping machine. So there are 5 machines. So if you do one of the machines, you will get 1 point. So let's say, for example, you're in a server on your own, and you have to do all of the machines yourself. You get 1 point for doing the register, you get another point for doing the batter, you get another point for doing the oven, another point for doing... You basically get like a point for working all of these machines. If you get... If that's if you do it right low. If you do the machine wrong and you put an on order in wrong, for example, or you like put on the wrong batter, you don't get any points. And when the NPC receives a cake, you don't get bonus points. So basically, if I do this really quickly, like, oh, I put in their order, I got it right, I get 1 point. Because I worked on this cake, whatever a lot of people do on it, I can get bonus points when the NPCs receive their cakes, and I can get up to 5 points. So let's say, oh, I've done the register, I got 1 point. This guy, he's done his batter, he's done it right, okay? So he gets a point, T-Bredem gets a point, he gets a point, he gets a point. So we all did it right. That means I got 1 point for doing the register, and because the NPC is happy that their order is correct, you get another bonus 5 points. So let's say, for example, oh, T-Bredem sucks at this minigame, he did it wrong, he doesn't get a point, and we lose a bonus point. So instead of getting 5 points, we would get 4. If everyone messes up, you don't get any points for work on the machine, and you get 0 bonus points. So that's basically how the bonus points work, and the point system works. So if you work in one machine, and if everyone's like doing it correctly, you'll get 6 cake points every time that you do a cake. So it's pretty quick if every machine is full. Although I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit annoying, like if you're a YouTuber, like pretty well known, because people are just gonna troll you all the time. So yeah, but basically that is the minigame. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave off here. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, and I'll try and go over them if I can. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.